Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Lego Mommy. Today's video is a little bit different because I actually filmed it about a year ago and I was intending to post it on this YouTube channel and I chickened out because it's a little more vulnerable. I'm going through some of my old sketchbooks from high school in hopes of continuing the series and taking you through the rest of my old artwork leading up to now. So I've decided it's finally time to share this with you. Before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe and check me out on these other channels here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm excited to share it with you. So I really do hope you enjoyed today's video and let's get into it. Hello, welcome to my new series that doesn't have much structure and is going to be just a lot of my rambling, but I'm happy you're here. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time and the time finally feels right.
One eternity later.
So, welcome to my series called Justine Finds Her Creative Self.
We'll workshop that title.
So, as some of you may know, I am a designer and an artist. That is how I started Lego Mommy. Believe it or not, I used to post my design work and I was doing Lego on the side, and somewhere along the way the Lego videos popped off and here we are now. I have an incredible platform that I built and that I'm so grateful for, but I'm not known for my art, which is what I always wanted and always thought that I would be known for. So I recently had this moment of just realizing that I would like to do whatever it takes to get to this goal of mine and find myself creatively again. The past few years I have not been creating at all. I have felt stuck in this cycle of self-doubt and feeling lost when it comes to my creative career, and without that creativity in my life, I know I'm just not doing what I was put on this earth to do. That's where this series comes in. Now, before I get into the beginning of this journey, I thought it would be cool to kind of go back and take inventory of all of my work, or as much work as I could track down. Pretty much take you through a timeline of my artwork and what stage of my life I was in while I was creating them, and share some fun stories about each of these pieces. So let's get into it. So I really couldn't find much pre-high school work. There's probably still stuff in my parents' house, but I did find this sketchbook that had recycled paper, and I found this drawing, which is still today probably one of my cutest drawings, and like this level of realism was something I was striving towards. I did this in pencil crayon and I look back very fondly at this. So this was probably grade 8, grade 9, and you can see I tried to continue this. This is the dad from Up, didn't finish it, and then this coffee cup, again, started it really well, abandoned it. Abandoning work is a pattern you will see as I go through things. Probably a pattern with most artists. Let's talk about what I was like in high school through my art. So I was in a specialized art program at my high school. It was the whole 4 years. It was visual arts focused. It was a small class and it was supposed to prepare you for pursuing art post high school. They gave us sketchbooks for most of our assignments and we got one per year, and I have all 4 here, and you can really see the progression of my skills throughout the 4 years. Fine, grade 9. So grade 9, I covered it in duct tape, because why not? And I haven't looked at these in so long. They've been under my childhood bed up until like a week ago, so this is going to be a journey for both of us. So throughout high school, we would get these sketchbook assignments. So a lot of these, I couldn't even tell you what the point of them was, but here we are. We're starting with some emotions, which is actually very interesting because I focused my university thesis on emotions. So it's interesting that that's the very first page of my grade 9 sketchbook. I think grade 9, they wanted us to just start playing around with different mediums. So this is like watercolor. I think it looks like shit, but I got a sticky note from the teacher saying terrific, so that's great. Little icons. I hated these contour drawings. They would make us like close our eyes and draw things. I don't know why we did that so much in high school. And as I'm going through my old work, I'm trying to find themes of where I felt this fear. Let's get to something interesting. Oh, I remember this sketchbook assignment. Actually, I don't remember what the task was, but I remember loving this piece, this drawing in pencil crayons of a castle and unicorns. I think bold colors and a cartoony style is what I always gravitated towards. So anything with that vibe, I definitely excelled at. So this is an example of that. And for all you Americans, grade 9 would be my freshman year of high school. So I would have been 13, 14. Then we get into a lot of studying of shading and light and value, all of these scribbles. Interesting. So this technique is called stippling, where you use pen and ink and you just use dots. And it's interesting because I come back to this in my last year of high school in a very significant way. So remember this when we get there. This was a sketch for a painting, I believe, that I did. No idea where that is. And then even when we had like research assignments, they wanted us to create sketchbook pages for them. I kind of loved doing that, and I had a lot of fun experimenting with how to show my research. So as you can see, I like sprayed this with coffee and cut the edges to make it look worn. And it's got all these like interactive flips. This was just me studying the caves of Lascaux and Venus of Willendorf and all these other historic art pieces and art periods of time. Stonehenge, random color wheel. So now we're probably getting into color studies. Oh, we had to create these, were they monsters? I hated this assignment. We had to create a monster for some reason. And I think we had to use pastel, which
I hate it. Just
messy, don't like it. Again, the bright colors, but the pastel killed me. I thought I ate when I drew this. Looking back, it's like, where's the contrast, girly? And then we had to study, I think it was just like different parts of the face or hands, or each week was something different. So we have noses, eyes, and I remember my hands really popped off. Ears and lips. Oh gosh. Actually, I thought these heads were really cool. This is a terrible self-portrait of me in grade 9 with my braces. Did I even draw them? That's scary, honestly. Oh, so we had to actually screen print these maybe? Or carve them out? I don't know, something weird. Anyways, more fun research pages. I really did the most with these like scrapbook papers and ribbons and all that stuff. It was fun, I guess. Nut. So they often had to sort of recreate historic art pieces. So this was, I remember, an Indigenous Canadian artist, Norval Morrisseau, I believe his name was. Again, bright, bold colors. You can definitely see I do have a style. As much as I think I don't have a style, I do. This makes me emotional. We partnered with a senior center in Toronto. So we were paired up with a senior who was interested in art, and we created, again, I don't know why we had to do masks, but we created these like 3D masks. Our side represented us and their side represented them, and we helped the senior create them. My senior's name was Teresa. Hope she's doing well. Hope she's still alive, honestly. But that was a fun thing for us to do. More history assignments. Ooh, now we're getting into learning about perspective. Kind of crazy looking back at it. And we had to make these, like, this assignment was just using our 3-point perspective to make these interlocking forms. Pretty cool, I think. And then we had to create a bedroom in 2-point perspective. I also remember thinking I ate when I made this. Honestly, looking back, I would still agree. What do you think? I got 100% on that, 10 out of 10. Oh, I kind of forgot about this one. We had to create our names in a way that represented us. These are my examples. This one uses the letters from a Broadway musical logo. I think that was really cool. I think that's one I wound up doing. This is a Rubik's Cube, which I loved at the time, and then this was with, gosh, characters. More research assignments. Boom. Grade 9 in a nutshell. Grade 10, I'm getting maybe a little less adventurous, as you can tell by this lack of busting out of the sketchbook, but I decided to paint this one, so that's fun. Right off the bat, we've got values, sketches. These hands ate at the time. I remember posting these on Instagram and they popped off. Like, everyone thought I was so talented. I thought I was so talented. Like, look, they're still pretty good, but damn, that's a throwback. And we had to draw feet.
Yummers.
More feet. More value sketches. Now we're drawing the figure. I honestly hated drawing people. The exercises were fine, so I got to like draw the little wooden guy. But when it came to actually drawing people, I did not like it. Then we had to create, I don't know where it is, but I did this piece of Cory Monteith because Glee meant the world to me at the time, and it was when he passed away. So I commemorated him in an art piece. This is based on the artist Ramiro Brito. He is from Brazil and he's a pop artist. I was obsessed with his work. I still am today. So I did a lot of projects based on him. I even did a mural in my parents' basement in his style. I'll put a clip of that in here as well. Again, the bright colors, the boldness, I just was in awe every time I saw his work. We had to draw a horse skull because my teacher at the time, his father was a horse veterinarian. So we had to draw a horse skull because of that. He wrote, "Lovely overall sense of value and form." Now we're getting into the second half of grade 10, and I remember my teacher at the time, I really liked him as a person. As a teacher, his style and the way he thought was very abstract, and I did not like that. I liked structure. I liked being given clear direction. I really struggled with his assignments because he would just give us like a sentence and we'd have to create our assignment based on our interpretation of that. So the first one here, all the things that can't be seen. What does that mean? So I just drew a bunch of things here that I thought were clever, and I wound up doing what the eye can't see, the heart can feel. Like, what is that? What is that? No, girly. There's definitely a sense of fear emerging at this time in my artistic life because I felt like I couldn't come up with creative interpretations of these abstract ideas, and I thought that that meant that I was not cut out to be an artist because you had to think in that way. So this teacher was definitely challenging for me. And looking back, maybe I wish I could tell that version of myself that it's okay, that I'm less of an abstract artist. There are all different kinds of art out there, and that's also something I learned throughout art school, is that you kind of had to mold yourself to whatever teacher or professor you had at the time. Every artist has a different style, a different way of thinking, and unfortunately that's kind of how the grading system worked throughout. And if you didn't conform to that, you would do badly at your assignments, and I would think that meant I was a bad designer or a bad artist, but really it just meant your style and the professor's style, or your thinking and the professor's way of thinking just weren't the same. There's nothing wrong with that. Another one here, a place outside of time. That was the next assignment. I did a quote from a Dr. Seuss book. The fuck is this? Then it was different but the same. So I put just a different language telling the same story to try to show how our earth is diverse. The shelter inside. You guys see what I was dealing with here? A shelter within a book? Question mark? This was my worst semester of any art class ever, I will say. Oh gosh, let's get through grade 10. A song of welcome. So I drew a baby being born. Just no. I don't know if there's anything left of value to show you here. Sandcastle. Backwards sandcastle was another one. Gosh. End of grade 10. Thank gosh. So that brought us up to, I think, grade 10. So my first 2 years of high school. There is so much more to show you. I have tons and tons of my old artwork all the way up through university when I studied graphic design. So I think this will have to be more of an ongoing series. But I really hope you enjoyed part 1. I'm sorry it took me over a year to share it with you, but I hope the wait was worth it. And if you liked this video, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in my next video.